All right. Okay, what up, guys? How's everybody doing today? My name is Martin. I'm the COO of VirtualAd. We're a performance marketing agency. We specialize in customer acquisition for e-commerce and high-ticket offers. And yeah, let's get started. So if you're not familiar with Muay Thai, it's also called the Art of Eight Limbs. And it's the national sport of Thailand. And it's a little different from boxing, where you traditionally just use your hands. In Muay Thai, you use your shins, knees, elbows, and hands to defeat your opponent. So you're probably wondering at this point, like, what does this have to do with ads? And it got me thinking a little bit about how traffic driving has changed. And really, back in the day, it used to be about how well can I run Facebook ads, which served a lot of us really, really well. But it also came at the expense of things like business scale, business security, and ultimately profit. And so realistically, you want to be a long-term, sustainable, sellable, viable business, you want to turn yourself into a multi-channel threat with all the tactical tools in your tool belt. But I find that a lot of the businesses that we talk to, if you've been pretty successful on one channel, they're kind of hesitant to start expanding because it introduces a little bit of risk into the business. And I'd say the decision to expand your channels is easier to do when you're not doing well, because you need to try something different. But if things are going really well and you got this formula perfected where $1 in equals $5 out, there's a bigger opportunity cost to that. But ultimately, we always encourage people to think about what's the long-term viability of your business and how can you make sure that you're reducing the risk in your business currently. So with that in mind, wanted to talk about a framework for thinking about these multi-channel opportunities. So let's look at risk and reliance in a little bit more detail. And I'm kind of curious in the crowd today, how many of you are or know someone or are currently dependent on one paid media channel for your revenue currently? Okay, yeah, I see a couple hands going up. Okay, great. And I also think that this is still relevant if you have a multi-channel approach, because what often happens is you'll still have one really dominant channel in your marketing mix. So a lot of these risks are actually still relevant to you in a sense. I'm sure everybody has kind of run into these issues before, things like account bans, ad disapprovals, really long resolution times, talking like Facebook chat and support or Google chat and support, things like lagging performance, and of course, you only have one singular revenue stream. So solution to that is when you diversify your marketing mix. You have a backup advertising channel, which is great. You benefit from more flexible content standards, so things that might not get approved on one platform will get approved on another. So we frequently find that with Facebook and YouTube, for example, where it's a little bit more flexible. Your funnel stays live as you're dealing with any type of performance issues at resolution times. You can also move your budget around to other channels, and you'll have multiple revenue streams. And at the end of the day, you'll have a lot more flexibility to fall back on your more reliable channels while you're going through any major platform disruptions like iOS 14. So the number one performance issue that we wanted to solve was the limitation on scale. So when we rolled out these new channels, specifically looking for volume, we were able to drive a 38% increase in registrations. The second performance issue that we were looking to deal with was increased Facebook costs. So how do we lower costs on Facebook? So there were some in-platform optimizations that we did as well. But as a result of being able to scale across these multiple channels, what we did is it took the pressure off of Facebook driving all of the registrations on a monthly basis. And so we were able to hit that sweet spot of high intent buyers on a weekly basis. And as a result, we used the other channels to fill the top of funnel, which decreased the cost per lead on Facebook by 52%. We wanted to make sure that even though we were adding these new channels, we didn't drive up the cost per lead as well. So as a result, what we were able to do is we were rolling out these low-cost upper funnel channels that reduced their overall CPL by 24%. So in this case, rolling out multiple channels was highly beneficial for this customer in terms of driving registrations, but also decreasing their cost per lead. I wanted to leave you with a couple of things to think about. So the first is identify when to diversify your channel mix. The second is rolling out your tracking and cross-channel attribution. And the third part, which was really interesting for us throughout this experience, was looking at the the difference between cost per lead and then also the conversion rate into purchases. So I'm hoping with these insights, these tips, you guys are now well on your way to becoming lean, mean, multi-channel machines. That's a wrap for me. Hope you guys are going to have a good time at the rest of the conference. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much.